Okay, guys, I wanted to cover some more news here. Very, very exciting day today. Um, so if you look here, this is pretty absurd, right? Look at this: climate activist insurrection at White House earns zero hysteria from left-wing media, no AOC freakout, that crazy lady, no accusations of domestic terrorism. Nice, dark, depressing picture here. But did anyone hear about this? More than 500 people showed up at the White House and blockaded every entrance, not to call for President Donald Trump to be reinstated, it turns out, but rather to demand that fake President Joe Biden make changes to his impending infrastructure bill. The crowd that terrorized the White House is part of the far-left Sunrise Movement, which buys into climate change conspiracy theory. This is why nobody heard about what they did on CNN or MSNBC. So I believe they blocked off the White House, like they blocked off all the roads. You see where it says that. But, it sounds like these are, leftists who are finally starting to wake up that all of their heroes are lying to them, that they don't really care about the environment. That has never been what this has been about since the beginning, since Obama, since, 40 years ago when they were talking about climate change before I was even born, right? I'm supposed to be underwater right now. Because the rioters this time probably did not even know their own gender. They were given a free pass to protest without getting smeared all over the media. Huh. These guys got jokes. So let me, the Sunrise Movement. Let me get a quick little search in here for it. Is America 501 political action organization? Advocates for, in DC. Yeah, man. Why don't you give us some of this? Actually give us some justice, huh? You got to educate yourselves first on what justice actually is. But yeah, I got a few tomato plants going right now. Yeah. So these people are protesting the president at the White House right now. Yeah, I'll find some more pictures for y'all later, but just kind of raise awareness to these people having more rights than us. Look at this dumb butt. Nobody's even paying attention. Look how bored this lady is. All right. So, covered that. So, I just one of the parts over the last month or so that's really upset me, really, get the fire burning in me is watching these parents speak at like the PTA meetings or the school board meetings or whatever. They're trying to speak up. I'm not a parent, but I believe like as if you have a child, you should, have a say in what they're being taught, right? It's not just, oh, you're just some stupid parent, blah blah blah. Like, no, these people are freaking professionals, and some of the parents that come up are like literal doctors, right? It's like way above these teachers in the education level, right? In their doctorate in communism. So let's see where I wanted to read here. So they were denying that the FBI and the DOJ denied the claim that they were spying on the parents, right? But this Jim Jordan, I've watched a lot of Jim Jordan. I do appreciate when he gets upset. And he was like a, I think he's an Olympic athlete. Like he's like some super wrestler. But I wanted to read through these things that he posted here. So here is the hold on. Here's the first one. So Congress of the United States House Representative Committee on the Judiciary. Honorable Merrick B. Garland. So talking about a testimony before the Judiciary Committee, and in the testimony he testified that they could not imagine any circumstance in which the Patriot Act would be used in the circumstances of parents complaining about their children, nor a circumstance where they would be labeled as domestic terrorists. And that was October 21st, I think, post labeling all of us domestic terrorists, right? This has been an ongoing thing. You also testified, I do not think that parents getting angry at school boards for whatever reason constitute domestic terrorism. It's not even a close question. Alright, glad you say that. So next, to address the criminal conduct directed towards school personnel. So I think there was one like superintendent or something, and he called for not just like some standing police officers, but like some like 13 different units, like some special investigation units, like more undercover cops than there are parents, some anti-terrorism units. Just insane. And the police chief was like, nah, we're just gonna let you hang out to dry. You put yourself in this situation and you're gonna have to face the parents. It's they do stuff that's they know is bad, and they run away from it. So here is the whistleblower here. Classification unclassified. Ooh, feels so cool. The Attorney General forwarded a memorandum addressing a spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence against school administrators, board members, teachers, and staff. The memorandum directed each United States attorney, in coordination with the FBI, to convene meetings with the federal, state, local, and tribal and territorial leaders in each federal jurisdiction within 30 days of the issuance of the memorandum. We share an obligation to ensure all individuals are able to do their jobs without threats of violence or fear for their safety. This can only be accomplished with effective coordination internally between relevant divisions and through effective coordination and engagement with law enforcement partners in the United States Attorney Office. So that's kind of unsettling right there. As a result of the counterterrorism and criminal divisions create a threat tag, edu officials to track instances of related threats. Edu officials. We ask that your offices apply the threat tag to investigations and assessments of threats specifically directed against school board administrations. Oh, so they get a special tag to put on it when they feel in danger, huh? Where's the special tag for the parents feeling in danger for their children? Well, I guess that's where I come in, right? The purpose of the threat tag is to help scope this threat on a national level and provide an opportunity for comprehensive analysis of the threat picture for effective engagement with law enforcement partners at all levels. When evaluating potential threats, we ask that you attempt to identify the following. Is there a federal nexus? Are there potential federal violations that can be investigated and charged? What's the motivation behind criminal activity? The motivation is to remove all y'all. Because you've just... You know, my grandfather fought in World War II. Great-grandfather fought World War I. And so my grandfather told me, is he's worked for the government for a long time. And he told me that the FBI was always bad. Like, it started off, it was built to be bad from day -10, right? It was put in place to break the rules. It has never been a good organization. From day 0, from its inception, it's been evil. All right. So this, right? This is absurd. Watch as a crazy terrorist black thug tells parents and school board he has army of over 1,000 soldiers ready to go, locked and loaded. And look, he's upset. He's yelling. He's like, I got my people coming, and we're going to murder all of you for having different views. 1,000 soldiers ready to go, locked and loaded. And this is at a school board meeting when I think parents right here, they were upset with the CRT, critical race theory, which, you know, pushes division against everybody, right? Doesn't it it makes white people feel like they're horrible. It makes black people feel like they're worthless, right? Everybody loses in critical race theory, and it's absurdly expensive. Like, why are we spending billions of dollars trying to teach this? It's stupid, you know? Can't we just watch like some Sesame Street on being racist and you get more out of that than, oh, this is just horrible. People go to college for this. How dare you come out here and talk about the things that my daddy and my grandparents went through, the lynching, the oppression, Jim Crow, and my kids are still being affected by this. How dare you come out here and challenge me on critical race theory? Far left activists with the FWISD board meeting threatened parents, all because they were criticizing critical race theory. The activists said that they would bring 1,000 soldiers and that he will be locked and loaded next time. Let's see if we can hear it.
I've got over 1,000 soldiers ready to go.
We're not the board. He's
You hear that mom say, we're not the board. He shouldn't be mad at us.
I don't care.
Yeah, we're the police.
My First Amendment rights. My First Amendment rights are here.
The board is in front of you. Not me. If you want to talk to me, I'd be happy to talk to you. You're not
so he just threatened to kill everyone. And look at this cop.
My First Amendment rights are here.
The board is in front of you. Not me. If you want to talk to me, I'd be happy to talk to you. You're not
not challenge us.
Time.
You're not challenging.
Time.
Address the board. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my soldiers with me next time. So real. Not promoted. I'm betting you that.
Locked and loaded. Did you just threaten me? Bye.
He did. He did threaten you. He threatened everyone in here. All these innocent people he threatened to kill. And he's just going to walk away and bring back his 1,000 people, right? And then they're going to be terrified when we win. These people, they never learn. They never learn. The commies gave us Let's Go Brandon. I think we should expand with Let's Go Democrats. Yeah, do these people feel any shame for the way they voted and how they've brought our country so far? Or are they completely out of touch and have no idea how they're destroying society? This is scary. You know, I wanted to be sure I covered this because it's not just the kids that I'm trying to stand up for, but these parents, right? We need to take over the media again, right? We just don't have the voice that we used to. And you know, people have a million explanations as to why our media was taken over. And it's not just the media, right? It's all our products, it's all the advertising. But I feel like we're loud enough. You know, we have logical points. There's logical arguments here that we can make to, you know, keep the peace and move forward. But bringing 1,000 soldiers to stop parents from, you know, having a say in what their kids are taught, just horrible, horrible, horrible. I wanted to also say that children aren't supposed to be wearing masks. If you make your kid wear a mask, you know, this isn't medical advice, but you're a bad person. They need oxygen, and you're not giving them enough oxygen for their brain to develop. You know, read some OSHA stuff. Your children need oxygen more than you do. They are very sensitive to a lack of oxygen. Let's see. So we covered these two things. Wanted y'all to send some prayers out here to Canada. It says they're bracing for rains in an already flooded. Look at that. Man, it's a lot of money of property here. That sucks. You know, and it's cold. It's a cold time to be flooding, right? It's not quite snowy, but it looks icy. You know, there's ducks there, right? So, try to pray for our brothers and sisters here in Canada, that they may make it through this tough time without too much destruction. Look, you ever wondered why about, you know, the question is like, why are they doing this? What incentive do they have to lie to us? What incentive do they have to destroy society? And this isn't the only example. I'm about to look at the math here, but they each make 65 grand a minute on the you know what scam while people suffer, right? And this comes back to, like, you just go to the doctor and you're prescribed medicines, right? They're gonna prescribe you a medicine that is the most profitable medicine for them to prescribe you, right? A few of the medicines, you know, hydroxa blah 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 and iverhuha, those things are like 3 cents to make, 5 cents to make. I think remdesivir is like $250 something a pill. And maybe you're not paying that right off the bat, but like insurance is paying that. You're going through middlemen, and the whole industry is, you're giving them way too much money for horrible medicine that's killing you. So there's a lot of examples of this, and the other one was like the ventilators, right? If you got put on a ventilator to get your lungs blown out, that's 35 grand just right off the bat per person. So they were putting like 2 people per ventilator. Oh, we need more ventilators, bro. Why? And after a certain point, these nurses should figure out that they're hurting people. They should have the common sense to realize what's going on. I mean, what'd you go to school for, huh? Save people or to make money? I wanted to cover this a little bit. Just border issues are not just unique to America. This is something people are facing all over the world. England, Europe, they've got some serious issues here. But here's Poland, which I think they were shooting people, right? Look at this hardcore barbed wire. They've already kind of cleared things up. I don't want to show anything too rough. Here's another picture. I just kind of want to raise awareness that we're not the only people talking about securing borders. And it can be quite dangerous, right? This is you know, there have been some gunfights down at our southern border, but there's gunfights here. It's a worldwide issue. We're not the only people dealing with this. And it's not racist to deal with this. You have to have secure borders. You know, just look at Joe Biden and his new beach house, right? what is it, 400 something thousand dollars for his secure border around his beach house to keep him safe from intruders and outside people he doesn't want coming in. Just these Democrats are absurd. They'll tell you something's bad and then they'll go back and steal all your money and do it themselves. So we all know this guy's crazy. Just days after he warns a smallpox attack, multiple lab vials labeled, you know, found in a lab. I mean, why did they just pop up? So, Bill Gates' dad was like the founder of Planned Parenthood, the founder of like industrialized abortion. And Bill Gates, I believe Microsoft was the person or the company to invent the computer virus. Like, computers were perfect and they had no like, you know, infection issues until it was one line of Microsoft computers. Like, they came with a virus. He put the virus on the computer and then sold it to people. Like, it was on purpose. Every computer of this certain line had a virus on it, and then after that, you know, it was a whole nother industry to cash in on. So if he could do it virtually, digitally, you know, have a computer virus, and he realized he could make so much money off of antivirus stuff, why not try it in real life? You know, why not expand upon this idea, right? And if you look into the fact that, like, did he really invent all of his stuff, or did he just steal it from, like, CIA documents that he stole from people? And if you go down the route that he didn't really design all his technology, he didn't build his stuff in a lab, he stole everything, then you can understand that once he finally does something, like making a virus, you know, ooh, I did something, I'm finally, look at me, mom, you know, he's going to run with that. He's going to try to expand on his original idea. And we're seeing that now. And he said multiple times that his vaccine industry is way, way more important. I sure hope they don't take my video down. It's okay. I'm recording it. So another Chinese official got suicided. So this guy was a nuclear scientist, and he was in China when he was suicided, and he's not the only one. This has been happening right here. There's been a slew of mysterious CCP-related suicides over the past several months, mostly among high-level officials within the party. Look at this guy. Li Zaqi, Deputy Director of the Cultural and Terrorism Department of Northwestern China's Inner Mongolia region, reportedly hanged himself in a library of Hohhot City, capital of the region, on May 17th. You know, you don't just do that at a library. What kind of... That sounds... sounds like he got Epstein there. Fentanyl capital of the world, some near-genius physicist could choose to kill himself by jumping off a building. Yeah. Yeah. That's another issue is they're bringing fentanyl over here. You know, we've been taking down all our American druggies and the people who make drugs in America. You forget that now we have to outsource all of our crime from the Chinese mafia and the cartel, right? We're getting rid of American heroin, I guess, and then this is what happens, right? Some lower grade, scary stuff. So I got a few jokes here, maybe lighten the mood a little bit. So here's Obama. Obama drone strikes a hospital in Afghanistan, October 2015. And then here's Joe Biden. Joe Biden drone strikes a U.S. aid worker who is trying to distribute water to victims of the airport bombings. I guess he takes after his mentor. What a hero. I don't know if you've ever seen Napoleon Dynamite. Solid movie. People didn't vote for Biden. They voted against Trump. And I think this is just so profound. You know, it didn't make me laugh, but this is a big, what we're facing today is, do they really, it's that two-party paradigm, right? They just teach you to hate one side, and so you'll vote for the other, right? And I'm not saying, I'm saying that people who vote for Trump should be aware of the same thing. Like, we shouldn't just vote for a Republican because we hate the Democrats. And we shouldn't just vote for the Democrats because we orange man bad, you know? That there's no logic in that. And if that's where you're coming from, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. You have to think about it, right? You have to have reason for voting for these people other than the other guy's bad. And I feel like we get put in this situation because there's only really two parties to pick from. You know, you can kind of look into the Green Party and, you know, whatever other party, but it's just like pure socialism, and no one votes for it anyway, so it's hard, right? And then can you imagine making your own political party and then, like, running for things? It's a rigged system. So I think the best way around this is if we just had, you know, multiple candidates from different parties, like 10 different parties to pick from. So it's just impossible to, bribe all the people you need to. There's always going to be a majority of people who are unbribed. There's just, you know, vote for some educational reasons. Don't just vote because it's cool to, or you get a sticker. Right? You're making society worse. So look at this. Joe Biden's plan to end gun violence and then the Taliban. I would like to take a moment to thank our number one sponsor, Joe Biden. Look at these weapons here. Some serious firepower. You know, we're not allowed to have that here in America. But they are, right? We're not allowed to have cool toys. Our founding fathers meant for us to have cannons in our house. So you can't say that the founding fathers never meant for us to have high-powered weaponry. That is exactly what they meant. They wanted us to have the same stuff that the military has. Osama bin Laden. So here's him with a bunch of different little girls. It's creepy. You know, there's been videos of him touching girls inappropriately on these stages, you know, in front of their parents and everything. Just horrible. I believe this girl on the bottom right was touched inappropriately. And I'm not sure about this one on the left. I don't really want to pull those videos up for y'all, but You know what I'm talking about. And he does this in front of their parents on TV. Like, you're supposed to just stand there and let it happen. So this is a big point. And you see this a lot more overseas. Like a small African general or you know, just small countries and their militaries. You will see the generals with like 1 million different medals, just all over, like the shoulder pads, the golden frills, like some super hats, just all kinds of awards. And then when you get to people who are actually manly and actually fought and actually won wars, they've got nothing. Like, look at this guy. Won a war. That's 3 medals. He's got his like airborne thing, and you know, I don't think that's the commando patch, but it's the badass patch. And we look over at this, you know, queer, and look at all these medals, right? And he lost a war. He likes dressing up. You know, how good is he at shooting a rifle, right? Just this guy, General Milley, he's against us. He's actively at war with his own people. He sold us out to China. He cares about China more. This guy, he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be there. And it's our obligation to bring this up, right? To protect our children who join the military, right? Those are kids, 18, 19, 20. Those are children, right? They're still growing up. They're still developing their minds. And I do not feel okay putting our children in the hands of this man. Because they're just going to be put out to die with last gens rifles, the last generation body armor, right? Just Humvees that we can make to be mine-proof, but we don't, right? He's just putting our soldiers out there to die so they can break equipment and we can buy more equipment and spend more money on the war that we don't have to be in. Oh my gosh. I think he was one of the reasons why we were spending so much time overseas in the Middle East, because he was joking around on beating the Taliban, right? His strategy was just so bad. And I believe when Trump came in, he was talking to some other general, and the other general was like, yeah, we could just come in from all sides and take out the Taliban real quick, no problem. So Trump was like, all right, do it, behind General Milley's back. And I believe we had beat the Taliban. I believe we pushed them out and we were winning the war and we were just kind of like maintaining the peace, right? Until the election, and this guy got a little bit more ballsy. Just, it's never-ending war is what it is, right? It's immoral. War is horrible, and unless you have like a reason to go to war or you know, like something to gain from the war, like it's just completely immoral to do it, right? And if the only thing to gain from the war is a bunch of dead children and, you know, money being taken from the people, it's immoral. The Bible is against it. There's no reason to be at war. But if we're going in to save people and we do it fast and hard, and, you know, of course war is horrible and killing is bad, but you can't prolong it. It's got to be, you know, shock and awe, baby. It's safer. It's safer that way. Less casualties, right? Less expensive. And that's a big part of this eternal war, is the military-industrial complex side of it. Like, how much money do they make every time a Humvee gets destroyed, or every time a tank gets destroyed, or every time, you know, someone dies and they're able to push a little bit more hype for the war because, oh, Joey died on the battlefield, so you need to avenge him. And I thought this was funny. I'm gonna send it to my mom. She's kind of leftist, so I think it might, you know, make her spark up. So Halloween just happened, and the mom's like, no, you can't be Hunter Biden for Halloween. And he's sitting there naked with the wine and the cigarette. That's funny. It's funny stuff. So thank y'all for watching, supporting this channel. Please give me a like and a subscribe, because I feel like I might be taken down for medical misinformation or something on this video, because I said the V word by accident. I gotta be better with how I speak, but we'll see. We'll run this through. Maybe if I play like some music behind when I talk, that the AI has a harder time hearing what I say. Maybe not. I appealed my last video, and they declined it just instantly. So you know we are at an information war, but it's okay. I record these videos, and I'll be able to make a new channel if I have to, or post it on other websites. I ain't going down yet. I've got a lot to say. We've got a lot to change in this world. And, you know, it all starts with conversation, right? Conversation is peaceful. If we can't converse about these issues, then, you know, we're in a bad place. And we can't just be running around blind. We can't be silent anymore. We've been doing it for too many decades. It's time to change things. It's time to stop burning down society. I'm gonna leave it at that. God bless y'all.